Wouldn't it be nice to assess students and give them feedback and have kind of a running tally of that feedback, all by just filling out a form and not really having to open anything else? Or wouldn't it be nice if your students were able to give peer feedback and that feedback was just collected in one document for the students to see and for you to see as well? Well, here is your add-on to solve your problem, and it's called Appender. So I'm in a Google form right here, and if you've never used any Google form add-ons, you'll see this puzzle button right here. Okay, and these are some of the different add-ons that I have added right here. If you're looking to get some more add-ons, you'll go down here to add-ons, and you'll be able to search through a variety of them. Some of the popular ones will come up right away. But I'm using Appender. Now here's how I'm going to use it for student feedback, so that students are able to read each other's writing as they share, and then they're able to give that student feedback, and that feedback will be collected on one document. So if a student's receiving feedback from 5 people, they'll have one document with 5 people's feedback. The first thing I'm going to do is, I've already done it. I've set up just a blank document here on Google Classroom, and on that I have made a copy for each student. The reason for that is that it will name that for each student, will be attached to the assignment so you have editing rights, and all of the students' files will be put into a folder. Alright, so now we're going to go to our form, and I have a form created right here already. The first thing that I'm going to do though on the top of this form, I'm going to make a question. I'm just going to say name, and I'm going to change it to a drop-down question. I'm not going to type in any names right now. That will come later automatically. I'm going to open up Appender. I'm going to press open sidebar, and now my menu over here appears. The first thing I need to do is choose the folder that my documents are in. If I had just made the assignment, that folder will appear very first, right up here, like it'll be the most recent one. If it's a little bit of an older assignment, which is, I don't know, you probably wouldn't want to do it with an assignment that old, but you want your most recent one, you would have to search for it. But I'm going to click here, test, and press select. And remember, I didn't double click it, I just single clicked and press select. Okay, now, if you don't see anything right here, make sure that you press refresh list, and then you should get this option of name on there. Press save and populate selected questions. And what that's going to do is, on this name question, it's going to look in that folder that I had for Google Classroom, all of my students' documents, and it's going to populate with all of them. I only have Clyde McVakerson in here, but if I had 20 students, boom, all of them would be in here. I didn't have to type a single thing, which is awesome. Okay, I can press next. And now it asks me to choose which form values I want to add to my document. I'm going to do the timestamp just so that I could see when things are there. I'm going to put the name, although, I mean, like, it's always going at Clyde McVakerson, but we'll put that on there. Check all of that, and we're good. The options that I have are, I can have these questions be in bulleted lists, vertical tables, or a horizontal table, and I'll show you what that looks like. I'm going to press Save Changes. And now on this example, I would have my students fill out this form, and instead of choosing their name, they would choose the name of the person that they're giving feedback to, and they would go throughout this. Here's what it looks like once this form has been filled out. So this first example is the bulleted list. You can see that every question is in bold, and then the actual written responses or answers aren't in bold. So I could look right here, I could read the form comments, the word choice comments. I could see all of that from form entry 1. this was the vertical tables, and this can be a little bit nicer to read, right? We just have a column for all of our different questions, and then more of a bigger table format right here to read some of those descriptors and the comments. This did not work for this one. This was the horizontal table, and it did not work in this one, mainly because I have probably too many questions, and they're probably longer. So this horizontal one might be good if you only have like 3 to 5 questions, especially if they're just like numbers or things like that, very short. So I'd recommend either going with your bulleted list or this tables one right here. So that's just one example of how you can use Doc Appender for feedback. There are a variety of ways. I'll link out to some other resources as well.